Hey guys, if you can hear me this afternoon, this is Jeff with Whirlwind Family Farm. Hopefully, we've got the mic set properly. This is my second time to go live. Got my sunglasses because I do tend to squint sometimes, so we'll see. May have to put the sunglasses on. But as I was saying, this is the second time that we have gone live, and the first time um, we were actually hooked up to the Wi-Fi back at the house, and so we had some drop-offs. This time we're going 5G, so hopefully we're getting a little bit better reception and everything's going well. But thank you for finding our channel. I'm Jeff with Whirlwind Family Farm, and let's see if we can switch the camera around here. I think we can. And I'm on my new iPhone 17 Pro, so hopefully we're getting good pictures. This is Whirlwind Family Farm here in late September, of course. And it's gone, a lot of things have gone to cover crop. Uh, for example, these are mustard right here that we use as cover crop. There's actually some oats that have been put in there, but let me flip back around. The main reason I wanted to come on today is just talk about a pest that's been an issue for us, and I hope you're not dealing with it. And I always think of it as a issue in Texas, especially in Central and South Texas. It's a pest that has been really bad for us since we started this farm several years ago. And I'll show you what I'm talking about is I'm going to walk up here. Here, I'll flip this around. By the way, those are bush beans. We have more bush beans over there. And if you see in the distance, actually some turnips growing over there. So as we walk through, but I'm going to show you something that has been extremely destructive for us. And I'll tell you, we lost a 50-foot row of Swiss chard, which was just about the point where we were just about to harvest, take it into customers. And we also lost a full 25-foot beds. We lost 3 or 4 beds of spinach to this particular pest. And to tell you what that pest is, see how many we've got on board here. I think we've got a few people on board. Um, and I was going to tell you, if you're watching this, I kind of have a disadvantage because I'm not on a lot of people do their live broadcast actually um, from, hold on just a second here, let me tap that. Okay. What I was going to say is that some people do their live broadcast actually from a desktop, and I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage because we're out here with the iPhone, so I can't answer things right away. If you ever do, if you have questions while I'm doing this, please put them in the comment section and we'll get back to you if you have any questions. So let's get back to the pest I was talking about. Let's flip the camera around. And that, if I could have taken a picture of that a week and a half ago, that was all Swiss chard. You can see they've been pulled and they're just gone. And we've started another group of seed trays of Swiss chard. And the pest I'm talking about is blister bugs or blister beetles. They are extremely destructive. And here's the bad thing. The way blister beetles are, because of the toxin that they have, which is very toxic, if they ever are infested on any of your leafy greens or any of your vegetables, you need to just go ahead and pull them and destroy them because it can cause gastric problems with people that may consume it because it could be on the leaves. So if you ever do see blister bugs, be very careful about it. And that's something I want to warn you just as growers or as gardeners. It's something when I first started doing this, I wasn't as aware of it. And let me tell you, again, as I talked about at the beginning of this video, there, I thought this was just a problem that I had in Texas, but blister beetles, as I looked up, they're all over the United States. They go all the way into Canada. They go all the way down into Central and South America. They are worldwide. There are, I believe what I saw, there are 2,500 different species, up to 2,500 different species of blister bugs. And the United States alone, there can be anywhere from 250 to 300 different types of blister bugs. I've seen them in kind of a burgundy maroon color. The typical one that we see out here is kind of an off color, kind of a brown, kind of a chocolate brown color is the one we see. We also have one that has a very shiny black color. They typically have a very small head area, and the rear part is usually a bigger part. If you're somewhere where you can look it up after this. Just go in and Google real quick, blister bugs. You'll see all various different colors. It's incredible. So if you ever have a doubt about what it is, there's a lot of good apps out there. I think even the iPhone, you can do some identification with the pictures and make sure if it is a blister bug. And the reason I tell you this, I just want to warn you to be careful with them because again, I don't think there's many cases of them being lethal to human beings, but they certainly can make somebody, their gastrointestinal, make you very sick. So that's something that I want to make you aware of about blister bugs. So I'm going to walk you into another part. This is our propagation tunnel. I'll head this way. Let me flip around. I see some people saying hi. I appreciate that. Again, I'm on my iPhone, so some of this stuff is hard for me to see. I wish I had a bigger screen where I could do it. So let's flip around the camera. We're in our propagation tunnel, which over here, these are beets that are in their early stages. And if you look over here, this is actually our replacement chard, the chard I was telling you that got initially eaten up by blister bugs. We're having to go back with, that's each of these cell trays is 50, so we're going to go back with 200 of them to replace that row that I was just showing. But again, this is kind of a sad thing to look at. All of these rows a day ago were full of spinach that was doing very well. And my wife and I walked in here, and it's just a sinking feeling when you see the blister bugs, and you just know all of this has to be pulled because you don't want to take the chance of any of that toxin being on there. And you just have to be extremely careful. The other thing I'll tell you, if, for example, what we'll do is we'll pull the plants, we put gloves on, we'll have a bucket with Dawn soap, and we just try to grab as many as we can and drop them. But make sure you have some eye protection. You do not want that stuff to get into your eyes or on your skin. I'll tell you, the first year that I had this farm, I was out here grabbing some, ended up with a lot of severe blistering. One was on my neck. I had several on my hands. So I learned my lesson real quick. Long sleeves on, good rubber gloves. For goodness sake, always have eye protection if you're grabbing these blister bugs. Try not to touch them just your hand, not protected. Get some sort of protective gloves on. So that's the thing I really wanted to show you today and to be aware of. And that's what we do here at Whirlwind Family Farm, is to try to take you further down that education of gardening process. And this is something we try to show you stuff that's positive and good, but I think it's important enough to know that especially here in Texas this time of year, probably our climate, which is a little warmer, is that we had a lot of those blister bugs. And again, there's 250 to 300 different types in the United States, and they go all the way up to Canada, and they're just an issue. So be aware of that. They do serve some good purposes. Don't quote me on this, but I think maybe they're whatever that toxin that's in their body can actually be used on types of warts or moles. Maybe it's harvested for that. Somebody out there may know better than me. I've heard that story before. They will also eat grasshopper larva eggs, but that's also what I've read is as there is more grasshoppers in the same amount, there will be more blister bugs because they come along to consume those eggs. So yes, they're getting rid of grasshoppers, which can be really bad, but so are the blister bugs. So I don't know which. I think the blister bugs are worse actually, because grasshoppers just consume, they don't have all the toxin on them. One other thing, I'll go into this market, or into this, excuse me, into this high tunnel, and you can see we have some cabbages. Let me flip around here so you can see some cabbages that are going. We have some onions, some young onions that were just direct seeded. They're actually doing pretty well, and blister bugs tend to stay away from onion plants, thank goodness. There are some carrots here. We didn't get a perfect germination on this row, but no blister bugs there. So some plants, for whatever reason, tend to be the plant that, and they love Swiss chard. They love going after spinach, those leafy things. Um, I'm guessing bok choy could also be something that blister bugs would go after as well. So that's really it. I just want you to be aware of that today, especially of those of you that maybe have started gardening for the first time, and something just to be aware of, and not to be afraid of it, but just know that it can be an issue. Thanks again for finding our channel. If you're finding us for the very first time, we always appreciate when you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. We try to have 2 long form videos every week. Sometimes we'll just have one a week, depending on how busy we are on in the market garden. Other times we'll have 2 long form videos. And the purpose of Whirlwind Family Farm channel is that even if you don't garden, you can learn more about it for someday if you ever think about doing it. And if you are somebody who's been gardening for years, you can leave comments that helps everybody else, because I certainly don't have all the answers, don't claim to. Um, I started off early in my career in the corporate world. I had an agriculture background, but that's not what my career was. And then later in my retirement years, I started a market garden, which we really enjoy. And it's a blessing to us and a blessing to our customers. So again, I'm kind of repeating myself, but thanks again for finding our channel. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. Thanks again, share, like, and if you have questions, please put them in the comment sections. We'll check on it later. Just have a great day. Talk to you soon from Whirlwind Family Farm.